The boy who asked, why? This is the story of a boy, a quiet boy, a dangerous boy, because he asked one simple question, why? Close your eyes for one moment. Take a breath. Now open them. You are not in the modern world. There is no internet, no phones, no science books, no freedom to think. It is the year 1564. Europe is ruled by kings and by the church. People believe one thing only. The earth is the center of the universe. The sun moves around the earth. The stars move around the earth. Everything moves around us. Why? Because the church says so. And if you ask questions, you are in danger. If you think differently, you are a sinner. Thinking is not safe. And in this dangerous world, a child is born. February 15th, 1564, Pisa, Italy. No palace, no gold, no famous family, just a small house and a newborn baby. His name is Galileo Galilei. At this moment, no one knows it. But this baby will shake the world. And it all starts at home. Galileo's father is Vincenzo Galilei. He is a musician, but he is also a thinker. Vincenzo does something very risky. He questions old rules. He tests ideas. He does not believe something just because people say it. People don't like that. But Vincenzo doesn't stop, and Galileo is watching, listening, learning. The fire of rebellion is growing. Galileo's mother, Julia, is different. She is strict, strong. She wants success. Life is hard. The family is poor. They move often. Money is always a problem. Galileo is the oldest of 6 children. He must be responsible, but his mind is somewhere else. Up there. Young Galileo loves one thing more than anything, the sky. At night, he looks up. Stars, moon, darkness. He asks questions. Why do stars move? Why does the moon change? Why does everything fall down? Adults say, don't ask. That's how it is. But Galileo is not satisfied. He wants proof. He wants to see. He wants to know. And this is very dangerous. Because in this world, curiosity is a crime. And Galileo has too much of it. This boy will grow up. This boy will discover truth. And this boy will pay a heavy price. But that comes later. For now, remember this. A poor boy, a curious mind, and a question that will change history. Why? Galileo goes to school, but school is not ready for him. And what he discovers there will shock even his teachers. The lamp that changed everything. One day, young Galileo goes to church with his father. The church is quiet, big, dark. A lamp hangs from the ceiling. It moves, left, right, left, right. Most people don't care. It's just a lamp. But Galileo stops. He watches. Something feels strange. The lamp moves fast, then slow. Big swing, small swing. But the time feels the same. Is it possible? Galileo does something unusual. He touches his wrist. He feels his pulse. 1 beat, 2 beats, 3 beats. He counts. Every swing of the lamp takes the same time. Big movement, small movement, same time. Galileo smiles. This is not magic. This is truth. He doesn't know it yet, but this idea will change time itself, and he is still just a boy. Years later, Galileo grows up. His father has a plan. Be a doctor, he says. Doctors make good money. The family is poor. They need money. So at 17 years old, Galileo goes to the University of Pisa. He studies medicine, but inside, he is bored, very bored. He listens to lessons about herbs, about sickness, about blood. But his mind is not there. His mind is with numbers, movement, stars, time. He looks out the window. This is not his path. So Galileo makes a dangerous choice. He studies mathematics in secret. He borrows books. He studies at night. He teaches himself. He goes to lectures he is not allowed to attend. And something strange happens. He becomes very good, too good. Soon he knows more math than many teachers. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. Galileo quits medical school. No diploma, no job, no safety. His family is worried. He is scared. But his heart is calm. He follows his passion. In his early 20s, Galileo is poor. No money. But his mind on fire. One day he watches goldsmiths. They weigh gold, silver, precious metals. Galileo notices a problem. The measurements are wrong. So he thinks and thinks. Then he builds something new, a special balance. It uses air and water. It shows the true purity of metal. People are amazed. Who made this? They ask. Galileo, they say. His name starts to travel. He is not rich, but he is known. At 25 years old, Galileo gets a job. Mathematics professor. City, Padua. Now he has a salary. He can help his family. And most important, he is free. Padua is different. People talk. People debate. People think. Galileo loves it. In class, he doesn't read old books. He shows experiments. When others say, Aristotle said so, Galileo says, let's test it. This is dangerous. But he doesn't stop. He rolls balls down ramps. He drops objects. He watches carefully. No clocks exist. So he uses water, drop by drop. Water becomes time, and slowly, very slowly, he sees something shocking. Heavy objects do not fall faster than light ones. This idea will make enemies, powerful enemies, and the church will not like it. And this time, Galileo will look at the sky with a new kind of eye. When the sky fought back. For hundreds of years, people believed one thing. Heavy objects fall faster than light ones. Why? Because Aristotle said so, and Aristotle was treated like truth itself. But Galileo asks a dangerous question. What if Aristotle is wrong? Galileo doesn't argue with words. He argues with experiments. He takes 2 balls, one light, one heavy. He climbs the Leaning Tower of Pisa. People laugh. People whisper. What is he doing? Galileo lets go. The balls fall, and then they hit the ground at the same time. Silence. Shock. People stare. Aristotle is wrong, and the church is watching. The church does not like this. Old ideas feel safe. New ideas feel dangerous. Galileo is not attacking God, but the church thinks he is attacking order. Still, Galileo doesn't stop. He believes something simple. Truth comes from seeing, not from obeying. Even with fame, life is hard. Galileo is respected, but not rich. Professors earn little. He sends money to his family, and then his life changes again. He becomes a father. Galileo never marries, but he loves a woman from Venice. Her name is Marina Gamba. Together they have 3 children, 2 daughters, 1 son. Galileo loves them deeply, but society is cruel. His daughters are born outside marriage. People judge them harshly. Galileo must make a painful choice. To protect his daughters, he sends them to a convent, a quiet place, a safe place. His eldest daughter becomes a nun. Her new name is Sister Maria Celeste. She writes letters to her father, pages full of love, faith, comfort. These letters show a secret Galileo, not the rebel, not the scientist, but a tired father with a broken heart. And still, his mind cannot rest. The year is 1609. A strange rumor spreads across Europe. A device, a small tube. It can make far things look close. Galileo hears the news. His heart beats faster. I must build this, he says. He has never seen it. No drawings, no plans, only an idea. So he works. Wood, glass, hands. He grinds lenses, again and again. His first telescope is weak, then better, then stronger. Soon it magnifies 30 times. Galileo smiles. Now it is time to look up. One clear night, Galileo points the telescope at the moon. He expects perfection. He sees chaos, mountains, valleys, shadows. The moon is not perfect. It is like Earth, a world. This idea is explosive. Then he looks at the Milky Way. To the naked eye, it looks like white smoke. But through the telescope, stars, thousands, millions. The sky is not simple. The universe is huge. And suddenly, everything the church taught feels small. And next, Galileo will see something that no human has ever seen before. Something that proves the Earth is not the center. And this time, the universe will answer back. The planets that betrayed him. For the first time in history, the sky tells a new story. Not with words, but with light. One quiet night, Galileo turns his telescope to Jupiter, a giant planet, bright, silent. Next to it, he sees 4 tiny lights. Stars, maybe. He writes them down, carefully. The next night, he looks again. The lights moved. The night after that, they move again. Galileo stops breathing. Stars do not move like this. Days pass. Galileo watches, night after night. And then, he understands. They are moons. They move around Jupiter, not around Earth. This is dangerous knowledge, because now, one thing is clear. Not everything moves around Earth. The universe has more centers. Galileo knows time is important. If he waits, others will attack. So he writes, fast, clear, bold. The book is called Sidereus Nuncius, the Starry Messenger. The year is 1610. The book spreads like fire across Europe. People react. Scientists are excited. Philosophers are confused. The church is nervous. Everyone is talking about one man, Galileo Galilei. He becomes famous. He's invited to the court of Tuscany. He gets a new title, chief mathematician, philosopher. Now he has money, respect, power, but fame has teeth, because Galileo's ideas support one forbidden name. Copernicus, the man who said, the earth moves. The sun is the center. The church hates this idea. They call it heresy, against God. And Galileo, he now has proof. Priests attack him. Scholars shout. They say, the telescope lies. It makes illusions. You are killing faith. Galileo stays calm. He says something dangerous. God gave us reason. Why should we not use it? This sentence will not be forgiven. Still, Galileo keeps looking. One night, he turns to Venus, a bright planet. He watches, night after night. Venus changes shape, full, half, thin, like the moon. This can only mean one thing. Venus moves around the sun, not Earth. This is the final proof, and it is too powerful. The church reacts. The year is 1616. They ban heliocentrism. The sun-centered system is forbidden. Galileo is warned. Do not speak. Do not write. Do not teach. He obeys. On the outside. But inside, the truth is alive. His body grows weak, pain in his joints, strong headaches. But his mind, sharp. At night, he writes letters. To students, to thinkers, and most of all, to his daughter, Maria Celeste. She lives in a convent. Her letters are soft. Rest, Father. Eat. God sees your heart. She sends him small cakes. Sweet, simple. They are his only comfort. Mini cliffhanger. But silence cannot last forever. In 1623, something changes. A new pope, Urban VIII, an old friend. Galileo feels hope. The pope says, you may discuss heliocentrism as an idea. Galileo hears something else. A door. Opening. Now in his 60s, Galileo starts writing again. Slowly, carefully. A big book. A dangerous book. Dialogue. Concerning the two chief world systems. He believes this book will explain everything. He is wrong, because this book will bring him to glory, and then to judgment. And this time, Galileo will stand before the most powerful court on earth. The trial of a mind. Galileo is old now. His hands hurt. His joints burn. Walking is slow. His eyes are tired. But his mind, still alive, still asking. Galileo knows one thing. Time is running out. So he writes. Every idea, every experiment, every truth. One last book. Not angry, not loud, smart. The book is a dialogue, 3 voices, 1 conversation, 1 trap. Salviati speaks for the sun, smart, calm, clear. Simplicio speaks for the earth. Old ideas, weak answers. Sagredo listens, asks questions, thinks. Galileo never says, "This is the truth." But everyone understands. The truth speaks for itself. The book is published in 1632. The reaction is instant. Scientists cheer. Thinkers smile. The church does not. Priests read the book. They feel small, old, weak, and then they feel angry. They say, "This book mocks us. This book mocks the Pope." The Pope is hurt. A friend becomes an enemy, and enemies want blood. The book is banned. Galileo is ordered to Rome. The year is 1633. He is 69 years old, sick, weak, scared. But he goes, because truth still matters. Rome is cold. The doors close behind him. He cannot leave. For weeks, he is questioned. Again and again. They ask, "Did you teach the earth moves? Did you break the order of 1616? Galileo answers softly, "I only discussed. I only showed ideas." They do not listen. Behind the walls, dark plans grow. They remind him of fire, of pain, of death. They say, "One word, and you burn." This is not a debate anymore. Galileo is alone. No telescope, no sky. Only fear, only choice. June 22, 1633, a great hall. Judges sit high. Galileo is brought in. He kneels. An old man, broken body, strong mind. He reads a statement. Slowly, painfully. He says, "The earth does not move. I was wrong. I reject my ideas." The world listens. Silence fills the room, but truth does not die so easily. Galileo survives, but at a cost. He is sentenced to house arrest for life. No teaching, no speaking, no sky. Or so they think. As he stands up, legend says, he whispers something, so quiet, so dangerous, and yet it moves. In part 6, Galileo is blind, alone, and trapped, but his greatest discovery is still waiting. You can silence a man, not the truth. Galileo does not cry. He does not shout. He does not fight. He wants to live. So, he obeys. Some say that after the trial, after he stood up slowly, he whispered 3 words, and yet it moves. Did he really say them? We don't know. But those words became a symbol, a quiet fire. They mean, you can close my mouth, but you cannot close the universe. Galileo is not killed, but his punishment is heavy. House arrest, for life. No travel, no students, no public voice. A prison without bars. First he is kept near Siena. Later he moves to his small house in Arcetri, near Florence, close to the convent, close to his daughter. Maria Celeste writes to him. She cooks, she prays, she comforts. Her words keep him alive, but life is cruel. In 1634, she dies. Galileo breaks. He loses his daughter, his friend, his light. After that, everything becomes darker. His body weakens, pain every day, and slowly. His eyes stop working. By 1638, Galileo is completely blind. The man who showed the world the stars can no longer see the sun. Many pause, and yet he does not stop. Visitors come, few, quiet, young minds, Viviani, Torricelli. Galileo speaks. They listen, they write for him, because even in darkness, his mind is bright. He finishes one last book. 2 new sciences, no planets, no stars, just motion, speed, strength, the future of physics. The book is smuggled out of Italy, printed far away. The church cannot stop it. Truth has learned to travel. Years pass, slowly, quietly. Across Europe, scientists look up. They see the same moons, the same stars, the same truth. Galileo was right. The world begins to change. But he does not see it. In 1642, Galileo is very weak, blind, old, tired. On January 8th, at 77 years old, he takes his last breath. No music, no crowd, no honor, a silent burial. But silence cannot win, because his ideas are already free. The telescope opened a door, and humanity walked through it. Today, we remember Galileo not as a prisoner, but as a starter of minds, a man who showed us how to see, how to question, how to think. And every time you look at the stars, remember this: the universe does not fear questions, only lies do. The end.